Coffee is a staple in nearly every household in this country. And 2 weeks after the world celebrated International Coffee Day, a new project is brewing to help develop the local industry. The Trade Department is partnering with Nestlé Philippines to help support Filipino coffee farmers. I spoke with Nestlé Philippines Head of Corporate Affairs, Arlene Tan-Bantoto, and she shared how the food and beverage giant is lending a hand through the collaboration.
The aim of Rapid Growth Project is to boost agro-enterprise development by working with farmers, micro, small, and medium enterprise in the country. The project will focus on the development of 4 sectors. So that's coffee, cacao, coconut, and processed fruits and nuts. So the DTI is the lead agency for the project, of course, through Secretary Mon Lopez, with funding from IFAD, or the International Fund for Agricultural Development. At Nestlé Philippines, we are very honored to be part of this multi-sectoral collaboration. And our role specifically is to help Filipino farmers in the coffee sector. The project will tap into the best practices and establish linkages of our program at Nestlé called the Nescafe Plan.
And, you know, this is where inclusive growth really begins, particularly with the micro, the small, and the medium-sized enterprises. And this is how the economy could really expand beyond its current growth. Tell us, Arlene, what is this Nescafe Plan?
So I'll start off by giving you a short trivia. So did you know that Nescafe was first produced locally in 1962? Di pa tayo pinapanganak.
Wow, yes, that was way before we were both born.
Yes. And that was the start of the close relationship between coffee farmers and Nestlé Philippines. Because since then, we've been providing them with technical assistance and training, such as teaching sustainable farming practices. So over the decades, we have been continuously improving our programs and initiatives with coffee farmers. Most notably, in 2010, we launched the Nescafe Plan. It's actually a global program. And the aim is to ensure sustainable supply of quality green coffee. So through the Nescafe Plan, Nestlé Philippines wants to grow the supply of Robusta coffee in the Philippines while helping coffee farmers to increase their yield and their income. So we are a believer of really buying local and producing local.
So, Arlene, this Nescafe Plan has really achieved a lot over the past 5.5 decades. How will this basically lock in with the Rapid Growth Project?
So I was talking about best practices and established linkages, right? So part of the Nescafe Plan, we have a special project called Coffee Plus in Mindanao. So we are focusing on 1,500 coffee farmers in Bukidnon and Sultan Kudarat. So the idea is really to turn them from being coffee farmers into agripreneurs, meaning entrepreneurs whose main business is agriculture. And I'm very happy to share with you that the 1,500 farmers who are participating in our Coffee Plus project, their yield have doubled and their income have tripled. So this is really good news. And we want to use these practices as we partner with DTI in Rapid.
We need more agripreneurs here in the country. So how will the synergies of the Nescafe Plan and the Rapid Growth Project further assist the local coffee sector and the challenges that it faces?
So Nestlé Philippines will serve as an anchor firm, working really with DTI. So specifically, what we plan to do is to help farmers through proactive interventions like training, access to raw materials, technology or equipment, and very important, so the key point is providing a ready market, which is really one of the key pillars of Nescafe Plan.
And so with the Nestlé Philippines joining forces with the Rapid Growth Project of DTI, the goal, Arlene here, the bottom line is for the local coffee sector to achieve self-sufficiency.
Correct. So, you know, the coffee sector has been, the demand has actually been increasing over the years. In fact, 90% of Filipino households consume coffee. Because the Filipinos have moved steadily from being a medium coffee drinker to a heavy coffee drinker. However, despite the demand in coffee, production has decreased. And there are several reasons for this, right? Well, one is you have aging farmers, some or most of whom are not open to new technologies. You also have aging trees, which are in dire need of rejuvenation. And then you have poor coffee practices, among others. So really, there's a gap between the supply and the demand. So the industry is now resorting to importing coffee, even if in fact Philippines can produce our own demand. So that's why it's very important that we really work with DTI and also IFAD. IFAD is the International Fund for Agricultural Development. Other stakeholders, especially with Nestlé, with Nescafe Plan, is GIZ, or the German Agency for International Cooperation, because it's so important that you have a multi-sectoral collaboration in order to help the farmers. But you'd be surprised that there is one stakeholder that can really make a difference, and that is our consumers. So we really urge the consumers to really buy local and make sure that the coffee beans are also locally produced, because this is a way of really uplifting the lives of our Filipino farmers.
Support the Philippine coffee industry. Nestlé Philippines Head of Corporate Affairs, Arlene Tan-Bantoto, joining us on the program.